In this video, I'm going to be getting very excited about these. What is up, everybody, and welcome to Skechers H. No, it's not Skechers HQ, although it's not far away. We have got this on the channel. Oh, the Razor 4. Now, I know I get excited about shoes on this channel. I appreciate that, but the fact that they've put speed back on this shoe, it's just got me even more excited about this shoe. Now, why am I excited about it? Because I was a massive fan of the original Razor shoe from Skechers. It was the shoe that sort of brought Skechers into my life, really. And when they came out with version 4, oh man, I really did get excited. Right, so just for transparency, as always, Skechers have obviously sent me this shoe. We've got a good relationship with Skechers, so just as a heads up about that. But yeah, so they're not going to be a script or tell me what to say, as you'll find out in this video. But they sent me the shoe because basically I was nagging them. I saw it out in the US and I was nagging them to send it over to me. So I was very happy boy when this did arrive. And I've had this shoe quite a while. So the guys got it for me and they did say, "Fordy, can you hold off and putting the video out?" And so I've been running in it loads, which has been great fun, actually, and it's given me a really good chance to really get to know the shoe over these however long we've had it. It's really been great fun. Where it's really come alive for me is on those sort of faster sessions. But before we get into that, let's do a few stats and features so you understand what's going on with the new Razor 4. So I think the biggest thing, apart from the carbon infused plate that's up the front end of the shoe, so it's under your foot to give you that spring, is the change in the midsole. We've got the Hyperburst Pro. Now this is a TPU based foam and it's different versus the previous Hyperburst shoes. We've got the Hyperburst Pro, which is going to be in some of the new shoes from Skechers, which is great news because it just feels, there's nothing wrong with Hyperburst, but it just feels even more explosive. When you first put them on, you go, "Oh, it's maybe a little bit firmer than I was expecting," but it really does come towards you, people. Don't despair, it really does come to you. They've improved the upper on it. They've given you a load of rubber, Goodyear rubber on the outsole. So durability, which was always questionable, which I always had a problem with when people question the durability, because we've proved on this channel multiple times with Simon with his Max Road 5s where he's done like 400 miles in them and they're still like going now. But they've covered the bottom of this with Goodyear rubber, which is great news. Okay, so they've improved the durability, but we've got this new mesh upper, which is a thing of beauty, I think, the way they've created this. And they say they put the speed in there. They've improved the amount of foam around the heel, so it's much more comfortable. They're giving you a bit of a heel counter. They've also built up the sidewalls a little bit on the shoe to give you that little bit more stability, which you didn't need anyway because it was a pretty stable ride, but they built the walls up on it as well. And we've also got the arch fit in there, which is in the Skechers performance shoes, which is all about that, providing support for your arch. It's all podiatrist approved and all this sort of stuff, so it's awesome technology. The shoe's coming in, I think, at 9 point something ounces. I wrote it down, 262 grams. It's $130 in the US. It fits true to size. This is a UK 9.5. I've had absolutely no problem in terms of the fit around here, because some of the Skechers do pull in around here, but it's no problem. I've had no issues in terms of the fit. I put these on, went out the door, ran 6 miles, had no issues with them, and since then they've just got better and better in terms of the fit. I think that's it in terms of stats, features, that kind of stuff. So now let's get into what it's actually like. Now this shoe just comes alive. You put it on, you think, "Oh, okay, it's a bit firm, it's a bit But you see that toe spring on the shoe, with that and the carbon infused plate under the foot, with the new Hyperburst Pro, all of a sudden it's just going, "Come on, let's go faster, let's go faster." No, Fordy, let's go faster. It's speaking to you as you're going along. It's saying, "Come on, mate, let's put your foot down." Because it's quite a cheeky little fella. You don't expect it to want to ask, but it does. Now, this is a far stretch, but it's like when you put a pair of Next Percent Vaporflies on, that thing just is betting you to go and run as fast as you can. It's like, nah, come on, let's try and do something here. And I got a similar sort of feeling from the Speed 4, the Razor 4. It was that. It was on those sort of tempo runs. It was so for a tempo run for me, I'm 7 minute miles, right? 7 to 7.5 minute miles on a tempo run. Actually, yeah, it's probably a fair amount. And if I'm at 7.5, this thing's going, no, go faster. Come on, put it down. And all of a sudden, you're sort of 6.45. Oh, it's a bit cheeky. And it's that kind of like asking the questions about running fast. And I love that from a shoe that I'm putting on to run a quick session. Does that make any sense? Let me know in the comments if you know what I mean. It's a shoe that's asking you to run faster. And it's nice to find those shoes that you can pull out of the garage and go, right, tempo day, interval day, or like we did with this, hill session, hill repeats, bang, bang, bang. And it's just get on your toes and get after it, mate. That's what this shoe brings to the table. Now, I appreciate some of you out there will go, Skechers, old people, but honestly, Skechers performance shoes are amazing, people. They really are. Don't underestimate Skechers performance shoes. The Max Road series is awesome. They've got the Speed Beast, I think, or is it Razor Beast, whatever it's called, I don't know, have a look on Instagram. It looks an absolute beast. I want to get that shoe on this channel. They've done amazing things at Skechers, but with this, the Razor 4, they've really brought it back to life. And I tell you what it's comparable against. It's like Rebel 3. That's what I want you to think about when you think of this shoe. But if the Rebel 3 is a little bit too soft for you, you need to go here. Because it's just got that right blend of firmness. It's almost like going from Zoom X to Light Strike Pro. It's that sort of feeling. That's, hopefully you understand that. But with the traction and the plate and everything, this is just a shoe that's working. And it's nice when you find a shoe that's working for you, especially on those, I would say those harder sessions where you know you've got to put your foot down and you know you've got to work hard. When you've got a shoe that I said to you, is for me, I think I'm mad, but he's talking to me and saying, come on, Fordy, let's get after this, mate. You get on your toes, you feel awesome. You know, and you just get after it. It's great. It really is. And the speed, I keep saying speed. The Razor 4, it's because it's got speed written down it. But the Razor 4 just comes alive at those paces. Yes, you can do some of the other stuff in it, but this shoe's sweet spot is those tempo runs. No doubt about it. It is great. You can live with it on a day-to-day basis, so you can do, you know, a good mile warm-up and then get into it and then you do your cool-down. It really does give you that confidence. Okay, so I did say to you I was going to get excited in this video, but I think from this, the conclusion is pretty obvious. I think you need to have a look at the speeds. I did it again, the Razor 4. It's worth having a look at the shoe. I think if you are after a tempo shoe, if you are after a shoe to do some of those quicker runs, if you're after a shoe to give you maybe a little bit of confidence, a park run, or whatever, the Razor 4, said it correctly, is really a great alternative to some of the other shoes out there, like the Rebel 3, like the Adidas SL, those sort of shoes. So check it out, people. The Razor 4, just the fact it's got speed written down, it does it for me.